Of the 20 countries participating, 11 will be competing in the Va'a races that are set to occur at 13 Fishermen in Garapan. Prior to the competition, we sit down with NMI coach Justin Andrews.
It was a lot of work, having to put together a national team that consists of 14 men and 14 women. That's a lot of commitment on their side and on the coach's side too. So it has taken us about 10 months to get here today. Yeah, so we look forward to having to compete out on the lanes.
The race lanes can be seen from the Beach Road pathway. White buoys are properly measured out throughout the Marianas Lagoon for the 500 and 1500 meter events.
So the Va'a competition venue begins on the north end from that red palapala, and it ends just right across from the Marianas Eye Clinic, right where the little bridge is at. So that's the south end and that's the north end.
Along the pathway, tents are set up for the athletes, officials, and medical personnel.
Right here where we're standing, or right there is the emergency tent. The folks will be just hanging around there should something happen. All these rows of tents here are country tents. They're called country tents. And we will all be here, and they will designate us a space with a country board or card. And the main pavilion right here will serve as the official tent, where technical officials, race directors, and everyone who's in charge of the event will be there.
As for the spectators, according to Andrew, the pathway will be open to all.
So we want to interact with our local spectators, family, and friends. Just as long as we don't go into the areas where athletes are at, and then the official tent right here. We hope for a smooth operation.
In order to help make operations run smooth, Andrew reminds the community that the event area is a narrow strip of land, and vehicles are only allowed to park at the VIP parking lot. He says there will be a drop-off and pick-up location for buses. And should you make your way to cheer on the Va'a teams, Andrew provides a rundown of the courses.
So the course is set up out there. There are two events on the course. There's a 500-meter event, which is a straight run from south end and finish right out here. And then there's a 1500-meter event that starts here and then turns on the middle flag. There's a meter flag there around the 250-meter mark. And then it comes up, and that repeats about 5 times. Yeah, so that's the 1500-meter event.
The 500-meter event starts at the south side and finishes on the north for the V12, V1, and V6 member canoes. The 1500-meter race to include the V6 canoe. The event not as visible from the shore is the V1 and V6 distance race. That's outside the reef.
It's very challenging because then you're dealing with a lot more ocean activities in terms of swells. As you get closer to the shoreline, the wind doesn't really affect you. The further you go out, you get more wind in on your canoe. So, yeah, it will be more challenging out there. For V1, it's going to be 10 miles, and then V6 is going to be 15 miles.
There's been various challenges, life changes, and sacrifices made by our Va'a national team. But Andrew says this sport really hits the hearts of his athletes and brings them closer to their roots.
It's just sitting in our body. And then when you activate it, you turn on the switch, you train, and it just comes out naturally. So a lot of our local athletes are really natural at this, It's been 10 months. It's been a good 10 months. So it's going to be, we're going to do our best to put on a good show and make our island proud of what we've done for 10 months. And also make good friends with our visiting brothers and sisters from around the Pacific.
The Va'a Pacific Mini Games competition runs from June 20th to the 24th. Best of luck, Va'a athletes. Reporting for KSPN2 News, I'm ADRIANA COTERO.